On March the 7th in 2014, a Kickstarter project is launched. Dark Skies, an epic Brony dating sim. Brony dating sim with deep RPG elements, 100 plus gameplay hours, and gorgeous artwork. Just a month later, the entire project would be cancelled, leaving 150 backers in the dark and the entire community outraged and shocked at the bizarre turn of events that this project took. Today we're talking about Dark Skies, the Brony dating sim Kickstarter that scammed not only its backers, but its artists and developers too. Bronies are one of the 4 pillars of the internet, the other 3 being big corporations, Twitch streamers, and furries. If you grew up on the internet in the early 2010s, you were absolutely exposed to the Brony community, if not a part of it. As a kid who loved My Little Pony and wanted to be an alicorn princess, I spent most of my time tracing over DeviantArt pony bases and watching 420p episodes on Vimeo, and probably giving my computer a couple juicy trojans while I was at it. I also spent a lot of time in the Brony community, from Equestria Daily to the Legends of Equestria forums, and let me tell you, it does not surprise me that people wanted a My Little Pony dating sim. It's a bizarre and uncomfortable fact that a lot of Bronies were kind of freaks, and for every 13-year-old having fun drawing colourful horses, you had a 40-year-old man who had a shrine to his favourite character, which probably included a well-worn body pillow. It was not at all uncommon to see downright explicit fan art, which I mostly managed to avoid, but is still pretty depressing considering the show's primary demographic was little children. Yeah, it wasn't exactly a safe space. My point is, Bronies kinda had a reputation for liking ponies a little too much, so a dating sim kinda seemed like an inevitability. Into Dark Skies on March the 7th in 2014. Billed as an epic Brony dating sim, the project went up with a detailed Kickstarter page complete with artwork, pledge tiers, stretch goals, and of course a video, which we'll get to later. The Kickstarter was run by a man named Michael Harms, and he was asking for $7,500 USD to cover the cost of paying voice actors and artists. The Kickstarter page is so weird and off and bizarre, and all the things that they put on there that I really just have to show you for you to believe it. 4 years in the making, Dark Skies is not your average dating sim. It is a journey that spans multiple continents, a quest of good against evil, and a search for true love, fulfillment, and self-discovery, all rolled into one. You don't just win at a relationship and that's it. Through your interactions with other ponies, you'll have to prove that you're honest, compassionate, kind, loving, and capable of helping a friend in need. If you treat ponies unfairly or refuse to help out when a fellow pony really needs a hand, expect the game to be a lot harder. If, and only if, you are able to prove to the ponies of this magical land that you are worth a darn, then perhaps you are the one who can bring everyone together and dispel the dark fog that looms on the horizon. This description is incredibly vague about what the game even is, going out of their way to specifically avoid outright showing or telling us what the hell is going on. Essentially, they're claiming it's a Skyrim-esque open world with stunning visuals, a weapon/magic-based combat system, and in-depth customization, but also a complex dating sim with 50 plus characters to date, which spans multiple chapters. How would they blend these two genres together? Who knows? How would they create an open world RPG with just $7,500? I guess like every team of 20-year-old developers, they thought they could open up Unity and make an open world RPG with $2 and a piece of string. And then we've got this horrible image with like a completely different art style and the worst font and color choice I've ever seen. Deep RPG elements, massive map, hundreds of customization options, 100 plus hours of gameplay, compelling and timeless story, nearly endless replay value, 50 plus ponies. Well, I'm sold. I like 100 plus hours of gameplay, like it would take you longer to complete Dark Skies than the entirety of Fallout 4. We're not coming to Kickstarter with some half-baked idea, no. In fact, our alpha build is already done with placeholder artwork, and most of the final artwork is done, just not inserted yet. Nearly every part of the game has already been completed with our own blood, sweat, and tears, and of course money. That's it, ponies. $7,500 isn't much for a game of the scope and quality, and at the end of the day, none of us really care about money. We would honestly do this for free if it meant bringing a smile to your faces, and if you seriously can't afford $10 and you want to play this game, email us and we'll hook you up for free. How generous. Some other interesting things to note about this Kickstarter. The game had supposedly been in development for 4 years, despite the Brony community only having existed for around 3 years at that point. They claim that 95% of the game is completely finished, including 15 plus hours of DLC gameplay, despite not showing any finished gameplay footage, and the Kickstarter ends with the line "bro hoof." I mean, it's not like an important point in all this, I just I felt like something bad was gonna happen if I didn't tell you guys about that. The stretch goals section also claims in beautiful word art that $50,000 will get you 30 plus new ponies, beautifully voice acted and animated of course. Speaking of voice acting, let's watch that Kickstarter clip, shall we?
My name is Pumpkin Pie, and I'm the smartest pony in the whole school. By my calculations, you'll be falling in love with me.
Sup, punk? I'm Chet. See this campus? This is my house. So don't go getting any bright ideas.
What do you want? My name's Jet, and if you touch me, you're dead. You think you had it rough? Try growing up without a father. You know, you kind of look like my dad. Maybe I should cut you up just for fun. I'm Starshine. I guess I'm the type of pony who's always staring off into space, wondering if there's something more waiting for a pony like her. I just know that out there, in the stars somewhere, there's a pony for me. Could it be you?
I'm Trickstar, and you'd better get away from here, because if the other ponies catch you talking to me, they'll probably make fun of you, because I'm the guy that they always make fun of.
It just reminds me of that voice acting clip from Chaos Wars.
Wow, I really can't move my body.
What did you do, Nicole?
While most Kickstarters opt to go for a more clean and professional video, Dark Skies had a different idea.
What's up, every pony? I go by the handle Psychoactive Charm, and for years I have slaved on other ponies' games. I've worked as a storyboard artist, a concept artist, an animator, blah blah blah, you name it, I've probably done it.
Now, what's this video all about?
Brony dating scene.
It's PG-13, and it doesn't matter if you're a guy, a girl, something in between, or something different entirely. Every pony is going to be able to enjoy this game.
We need this fundraising campaign in order to pay some of the best artists and animators out there.
The video is edited using insane disorienting effects. The narrator is wearing this, and they continually pitch shift and speed up the audio throughout the whole video, making it incredibly bizarre and hard to watch. So what the hell is actually going on with this Kickstarter? It's unsettlingly vague with zero actual gameplay footage, it has weird prophetic wording, and the Kickstarter video looks like it was taken straight from a cheap creepypasta ARG. And yet the community was intrigued, the project had artists and developers on board, and 150 people pledged their hard-earned cash to it. The project seemed to be just a clear-cut scam, but so many elements didn't add up, and the whole Kickstarter was so incredibly bizarre that it was hard to tell whether it was even a scam anymore or something else entirely. And then the situation got a whole lot weirder. Things took a turn on March the 14th when multiple people came out and said that their images had been used without permission on this developers list, which was displayed on the Dark Skies Kickstarter page. First, artist Brittany Ledbetter pulled out, and then a user called Chris Conlon tweeted that his image had been used without permission. Chris was replaced by another developer, Virgo Hiroshima, until the real dude, whose name was obviously not Virgo Hiroshima, posted on the 4chan MLP board with this photo. Yeah, I like it. He's got the Always Sunny in Philadelphia Mac hair style kind of going on there. The developer list would then be deleted entirely and wiped from the Kickstarter page without a single mention. To figure out the mystery behind Dark Skies, we have to go behind the scenes to the project's artist, the aforementioned Brittany Ledbetter, also known as Pukey Pony. She was a My Little Pony fan artist who was fairly successful in the 2010s, though most of her accounts are deactivated or dead now. It's quite a shame because she's genuinely a super talented artist and I'd love to follow her work, but unfortunately I just can't find any trace of her online, though it's unclear whether this is because of the drama or not. Though she's hard to find, one important remnant remains: an interview she did with horsenews.org titled Pukey Pony Speaks Out About Dark Skies. It turns out that Pukey Pony wasn't in on the scam, she was a victim of it. She was contacted through DeviantArt and Tumblr, and although being suspicious at first, they began sending her money, which convinced her to be a part of the project. Pukey was told the game was a PG-13 Brony dating sim, which would have RPG elements added later on if it was well received. The mysterious developers told her that her work would be used as concept art and her designs would be turned into 3D models later on in development. Understandably, the idea of being paid to do concept art was exciting and she got to work. The developers gave her loose descriptions of the characters, and while cheesy and stereotypical, she found them charming and enjoyed working on the project. However, it wasn't until the Kickstarter page went up that she knew something was wrong. She began getting messages on DeviantArt alerting her to the fact that all of the voice actors were associated with a show called million Extreme. And the man who hired Pukey Pony, the man behind the entire scam, fucking Sam Hyde. If you don't know who Sam Hyde is, he's an alt-right comedian and one of the creators behind $1 Million Extreme, a sketch comedy show on Adult Swim. If you know him from anything, it's probably this fake TED Talk he did in 2013.
What inspires me is teaching African refugees how to program JavaScript. What inspires me is finding out how to use maglev trains to get resources to the moon.
Basically, he was banned from every major platform and his TV show was cancelled after 6 episodes because of his extreme right-wing views. $1 Million Extreme, although depicted as a satire of political correctness and free speech, is considered by many as a thinly veiled way for Sam Hyde and friends to be incredibly racist, anti-Semitic, misogynist, and creepy. Many X-fans online say they found his earlier work to be funny before he began openly spouting alt-right propaganda in a pretty clearly non-ironic way. He was also heavily involved in alt-right circles online such as 4chan and generally held some pretty gross beliefs that caused fellow Adult Swim creators to basically threaten to cut ties with the network if they continued to produce $1 Million Extreme. So how do we even know this is true? I mean, this random artist who by all accounts could be in on the scam is claiming that the man behind it is Sam Hyde from $1 Million Extreme. That's like saying Eric Andre is behind the Scarp Razor Kickstarter. Well, believe it or not, there's actually a ton of evidence that the cancelled Adult Swim star was behind the whole stunt. Let me break it down in a list for you. Number 1, the MLP board on 4chan once again swoops in and begins cross-referencing all of the developers on Dark Skies. They're pretty much all linked to $1 Million Extreme, whether they were followers on Facebook and Twitter or actual friends of Sam Hyde's. Even the legendary Virgo Hiroshima had followed the MDE Twitter, but in an interview he denied that he was in on it and simply claimed that he had been following them back in high school for the pranks. It's unclear whether he was telling the truth and Sam Hyde just stole a bunch of profile pictures from followers of MDE, or whether they were all in on it. Number 2, Sam Hyde posts on the $1 Million Extreme Facebook that he, quote, feels like he's pulled off the ultimate burglary, and mentions needing My Little Pony artist and Brony influencers, I guess? Is that a thing that exists? Can I become a Brony influencer? There are also screenshots of either a comment thread or a private conversation where an MDE fan figures out that Sam is behind Dark Skies and Sam asks him to keep it quiet. Now, it's entirely possible that these screenshots were faked since they were posted on the 4chan MLP board, and it seems kinda weird that Sam would post so openly about his magnum opus before the scam had been pulled off, but that's okay because even more incriminating evidence came out in the form of Number 3, 2 unlisted videos posted on the YouTube channel MDE Chinese Connection, which I assume is one of MDE's alternate accounts. I have to assume that these were unlisted and the link was posted to Facebook or one of MDE's other communities. The first video features Sam Hyde asking for, quote, hot girls to be in a Brony dating sim Kickstarter.
MDE is doing a Brony dating sim. I need hot girls. I need the hottest girls out there. Hot girls. Ages 16 to 26. I need those hot girls. Ages 16. Hot girls. Hot girls. Ages 16.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
The second video is a vocal coaching video where Sam Hyde addresses the voice actresses and tells them how to deliver their lines.
This is a primer video for all the pony dating sim voice actresses. This is not going to be a joke video, so don't try to be funny, don't try to be tongue-in-cheek, don't be cynical. Just straight up, we're trying to get retards to back a Kickstarter project, and it's your job to make them fall in love with you.
If you compare one of the lines that Sam makes up in this video to one of the lines in the final Kickstarter, it's pretty obvious that this is the same project they're talking about.
And then read your dialogue like this, okay? Hi, I'm Starla, the smart pony. I just know you're going to fall in love with me. Question is, am I going to fall in love with you?
By my calculations, you'll be falling in love with me. The only question is, will I fall in love with you?
Number 4, in a video uploaded to $1 Million Extreme's official YouTube page, when it was still around, we can see this weird green and purple crack pattern in the background, back on the Dark Skies Kickstarter video. Yep, that's the same background. I think it's fair at this point to come to the conclusion that Sam Hyde is behind all of this, but the question now is why? Why go to all the effort to sink hundreds of dollars into this Brony dating sim scam? Sam Hyde and $1 Million Extreme have been described as scam artists, hoaxers, trolls, and pranksters. Sam Hyde was well known for his quote, shit-brained, half-baked fiascos and public stunts. Both in his personal work and on $1 Million Extreme, he was basically known for pushing the boundaries of society and comedy, which basically translates to doing crazy shit for views. Bronies were already pretty widely mocked online, so this experiment essentially proved to poke fun at the bronies who got so hot and bothered over cartoon horses that they were willing to open their wallet. While Kickstarter tries to employ anti-scam measures and some kind of quality control, we all know that's bullshit. According to their policies, creators generally can't be held responsible for projects failing and can pretty much take the money and run with no repercussions. Basically, it was the perfect scheme. It was big and crazy enough to draw attention, but through Kickstarter's weird loophole, it wasn't illegal and Sam Hyde could keep the money. April 5th, 3,500 to go! We can do this, ponies, let's go! April 6th. Project cancelled by creator. Obviously the project was not funded, and as far as I know $1 Million Extreme never published this as a sketch or posted it, so basically they sunk hundreds of dollars into a failed social experiment. To be fair, they did get 150 people to back the project, which is frankly baffling, but I definitely don't think it was the scandal the MDE wanted it to be. As I said, they didn't post about it, and it's really hard to find coverage of the situation online beyond the actual Kickstarter and a few scattered interviews, so I thought it would be an interesting topic to cover that not really anyone else has done. The moral of the story is, don't fund any Kickstarters that have the phrase brohoof in them. Like, I can't believe that they got 150 people to fucking back that project. Hi everyone, I hope that you enjoyed that video. I really enjoy covering like niche kind of art/media topics, and this one, like I said, hasn't been covered by pretty much anyone, so I thought it would be a really interesting thing to talk about today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any other topics or weird things you want me to cover, definitely let me know, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, well I couldn't get it in the frame, but I have to show you my shirt.